What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Chins and Giggles, episode 122.
Hey, y'all.
You're like still here.
I'm still here, and I don't even want to say oh guys, I'm this far along now. I don't know if I'll be here next week, because last week I was like, I don't know if I'll be here next week.
I really didn't think you were gonna be here.
I honestly didn't think I'd be here either, girl. I honestly thought by this point, for real, I thought by this point I would have already had the baby. I'm 39 weeks now, and I'm still here, and I might even be here next week for the 40th week.
Wow.
And I'll be full term, fully due date and all, and I'll probably still be here.
I think you're gonna have the baby before next week.
You think this is the last episode being pregnant?
I think so.
I don't know, Myra.
Say goodbye to the belly.
At this point, I really was optimistic about it, and I was like, that's probably it. I probably am gonna come back next week with a whole baby. I'm thinking that there's a chance I'll be pregnant again next week. At this point, dude, when I feel like once I turned 37 weeks, there were so many little things, any little Braxton Hick I felt, any contraction, because I know I've been feeling them here and there. Anything I felt, I immediately associated with early labor. I'm like, oh my gosh, any day. Now, anything that happens, I'm just kind of like, okay, at this point, it could be nothing.
Your body's just getting ready for it, girl.
Yeah.
Have you packed your hospital bag already?
I have not packed my hospital bag.
What?
No, girl. But the only reason, Myra, is because I ordered the diapers. The postpartum diapers, are the best.
Everything so you have this stuff, just not packed.
I have everything else. That's the only thing I'm waiting on, and it gets here, I think tomorrow they get here. So I'll have my hospital bag packed literally by tomorrow, which is cool.
That's good.
I finally set up the area in my room with her bassinet, with her changing station. I ended up putting some clothes away, some of her blankets, all her essentials by the changing station. That's all put together. The last thing on my list that I kind of want to get done ASAP, and I was going to ask you what you're doing later, is the nursery at the warehouse.
Oh, yes, girl.
Yeah. So
and that's the whole project I'm willing to tackle.
Yeah. Because, guys, y'all know between us sisters, why I'm definitely, Myra's more she knows how to style
I love
things.
Decorating.
She loves to decorate, and she just knows I was just asking her for so much advice when it came to ordering the pieces for the room, and she was just let me just put it together for you.
I want to put the whole thing together. Obviously
she's designing it.
She's been ordering everything, so we're going based off her vibe, obviously. But I would love to put it together for you.
Yeah, so I have my office in the warehouse that I just, you know what? I want to walk in there because we're there a lot at the warehouse. I literally want to walk into this room and have it feel, Myra, like I'm at home. Mm-hmm. A couch, a little console with TV, but also have the bassinet, a changing station. I don't want to get there and feel the typical where the conference table's at, and that feels so worky to me, much work vibes to me.
You could make it living room / office / nursery.
So that's the vibe that I really want, because how it is set up right now, we have a couple desks in there, and then we have the table, and with the fluorescent lighting, you do walk in and it feels like you're in an office.
Yeah.
So Mara was telling me you could literally take this room, and if you put lamps in it and you decorate it, it could literally feel like a mini nursery where you feel at home.
Yeah, nursery / lounge area.
Yes.
Where you can have a couch, a TV.
Yes.
You could even have a little coffee station in there too if you want.
Well, right next door. Well, right there is
actually
the little kitchen.
You could turn it into a whole house.
I mean it's a couple offices, and then one of them is literally already the lunch thing with the fridge and the coffee maker. So I'm
You're
fine.
right, queen.
But that my actual office space right now, that's what I want to walk into, and I literally want to feel like I'm at home, where I have all the essentials that I need for the baby.
I get what you mean.
I want to be able to lay on the couch and watch some TV, nursing or whatever. I want to feel at home at work.
I love that, cream.
And I feel like you're gonna do that with your lamps. I know you're fucking.
I know.
I know you're gonna do it.
Do you have your lamps already, or are we going to the store?
So all I need, Myra, I have the bassinet. The one that I did for the shoot, I'm doing that bassinet.
I love that.
And she's such a beautiful bassinet, so I'm gonna do that one.
Okay, I got a bassinet.
I got a changing station. I got a console for the TV. You're handing me your couch, you said?
Yes.
What?
I have a couch. It's a love couch, right? Is that called the love couch? It's a white couch.
I love her.
It is beautiful. It's supposed to be a restoration. What? The cloud couch dupe.
She's so comfortable.
She is so comfortable, but she's a white couch. Like she, especially with a toddler, girl. Ugh. And shit. It says to not wash. Like you have to get it professionally washed. No, I washed it in my home. Just wash it correctly. Just don't like be careful how you dry it.
Machine.
No, like even the entire cover from the whole couch comes off. Wash? The entire, even this, all of it comes off.
Oh, you throw it in the wash?
And you throw it in the wash just when you dry it. I let it air dry outside. I do not, like, I don't want it to shrink. That's the part where you're going to ruin it.
Okay.
And just use some bleach. It works amazing. Like, it actually cleans really easily. It's just with a toddler. And I have a dog, too. Like, it doesn't stay clean. It looks sturdy. So we have to wash it.
I'm going to have 2 kids now with this white couch.
We have to wash it before we take it because it's like filthy.
Okay.
That's the one thing. So it cleans really easily.
Throw it in a wash today and then I'll let it air dry. But I do, that's the only thing I'm missing now is a couch. I do, Myra. I need a little TV? TV. I have a TV at the warehouse, but it's in Mia's playroom.
I think you need a TV.
So I'm like, shit, do I put that one in there? But then it's like, I want her to have her play area, but I also want to have like a relaxing space.
I think you should do?
What?
I definitely think you need a rug.
Okay, yes, I need curtains. A rug. You know what? Rugs never last here at my house because I got dogs and my dogs are just animals.
You can train them to not pee on your rug.
I know. They are so, I don't know, y'all. My freaking dogs, and it's crazy because like in my room, they won't pee on anything because like they're in my room and like that's like their bed, my room basically. But like I have had a lot of trouble having my dogs not pee on rugs.
Yeah, like and that's the hard part.
You know, like my dogs, like I feel like they're, when it comes to peeing, like they do have their accidents occasionally. Like, in, you know, there's times if they don't get let out for whatever reason, like they have no other option, you know. Like, but it's usually accidents. But with rugs, I feel like they try to claim their territory. I don't know. I'm like,
it's hard.
I have noticed with rugs is they do that. So
you could get away with that in the warehouse. You're gonna need a rug. I don't got the dogs. So. Yeah, and then on top of the rug would be the couch sitting there. You need a coffee table.
Okay, so that's what I need, Myra, to get at the store. If we could possibly go today. Table. I just need a coffee table. I need a rug. Take the
one that I brought here?
I kind of wanted to put her in the living room.
Okay. Like, why else? She's cute. She's cute.
Actually, I might take her to the warehouse for now. You know what? Yeah, I might take her to the warehouse because.
Is there enough space though? You have to make sure.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good.
Okay, so and then you need your TV stand with the TV.
And the TV stand's there. Yeah, I think I just need the lamps. Most importantly, lamps and a carpet. That's all we need to buy at the store.
And you always need like a little like mesita like this to put your lamps
in here.
Where?
Actually, we'll probably get some today.
Just get like a couple and then put it on each side of the couch. So you have 2 lamps.
I really do gotta do it today.
Maybe you could do 1 short lamp and 1 standing lamp.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe in just having 1 lamp. You know, in my living room, I have 3 lamps.
Okay, but it's a room.
I have and I have lamps everywhere. I even have a lamp in my kitchen, like under the cabinets.
I know you have them everywhere, even on your pantry. I mean, like not on your pantry. Sorry, you even have them like on your granite countertops.
That's what I meant. Yeah, in the kitchen,
like all random next to the stove. I'm like,
but it's a mini one.
I know, but it's iconic.
It's so iconic.
But anyways, we're gonna work on that today because that's like one of the last things I need to do, and
I want to do a little TikTok. Transforming your room.
Oh my god, yes, you should do it.
Stay tuned, queens.
I can't wait. Please, Myra, today, like if you guys are not doing anything, like I have to like get my life organized.
Let's do it, girl.
I've set up the baby stuff here at home. I have to do it at the warehouse now.
Yeah,
and that's like the last thing.
Get it done.
And then I get my hospital bag and then I'll feel like, okay, come whenever you want, you know?
Yeah, it'll be super quick. Oh, you guys, I did want to acknowledge this weekend, by the time you're watching this, in a couple days, it will be Briancito's 3rd birthday.
Wow, 3rd birthday?
He is turning 3 in September 1st.
Oh my god, his third heavenly birthday.
His 3rd heavenly birthday.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the 3rd year, I feel like it's so different.
Wow.
It is so different. I don't think I really talk about my grief here. I think it'd be a little good topic to touch base on a little bit.
It's been a while, right?
I feel like everybody in some way is grieving.
Yeah.
A lot of people. Like, you know, there's
so many people.
So many people, you know, are grieving. And I feel like every birthday is hard, obviously, especially anniversaries. So he was born September 1st and his anniversary is October. So it's like back to back. But, you know, there's been a lot of growth. I will say, like, even the first 2 years on the podcast, on the weeks of his birthday, I don't think I would come.
I think this is the first year that you're here on the week of his birthday.
Yeah, and it helps, though, that it's like still days from now instead of it being like around. So maybe if obviously would have landed that day, I wouldn't be like as comfortable coming on.
Okay.
But yeah, third birthday, time flies,
Wow.
Karina.
It's crazy because I feel like, and you mentioned this to me recently, how the more that time goes by, we realize like how close in age Mia and
How
Briancito were.
close they were. Mia was born April, and he was born in September. And even though he was born
Wow.
preterm, he still would have been born the same year as her. He would have been born in December. That was like his due date.
Like I didn't realize like how close in age.
How close in age they would have been, huh?
Yes.
Especially like Noah right now that he's so close to Mia. Like they would have been so close.
Yeah, because it would have been the same age.
Literally. Because I do think about when
Same age.
Briancito was born, Mia was months old.
Uh-huh. She was 4 months old.
She was
Not
a
even
baby.
she wasn't even the 4 months yet. She was 3.
She was a literal baby, Karina. That's crazy, right?
Actually, she was 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a baby.
3 years, like that trips me out though. Like I'm like I would have had like a 3-year-old. Obviously, I think maybe things would have been a little differently. I know like with premature babies, they count like the gestation age and then like the actual age. Does that make sense? Like I feel like if you have preemies, you know like what I'm talking about. So
wow.
But yeah, he would have been turning 3, which is so crazy. And I feel like as the years have
wild.
passed by, there has been growth because first year leading up to his birthday, I feel like leading up to any birthday,
I'm sure
when
the first one was the hardest.
yeah, and I feel like anyone that's grieving, like when you lose a loved one, the birthday is like aside of
yes.
like their like anniversary,
I could imagine.
it is like so sad. It really is. I remember my first year was so hard, like leading up to it. It was the craziest thing. It's almost like
Birthday.
even my body had trauma. Like even like leading up to like the month of August, I would do really bad in the month of August. Same thing last year. I remember like leading up the month of August, I just had a really
it's
shitty
approaching.
month. Like it was just so shitty. And this month, like I've been doing good. I feel like it's crazy from like every year the growth you see, I guess, especially with Noah. I think he's been like a huge help, obviously. But it's crazy because, you know, obviously like I still have my moments. Like, you know, just a couple of days ago, I was just like, oh, like I dread his birthday in a way. Like, yes, I'm like, oh, his birthday, you want to make it something positive, but like I still dread it.
Of course.
But it is crazy to see the growth.
The
It
growth
is so
I mean, the
crazy.
growth is very noticeable.
Yeah. And I do wish I would have known of, like, I wish somebody could have told me this a couple years ago, girl. You know, like I wish, no, I wish I would have told, like, I wish I can go back in time and tell myself, like, oh, okay, it's gonna, the pain's gonna ease, like, as the years go by.
Okay.
But that's why too, even though I don't talk about like this side of me a lot, when I do talk about it, maybe like someone out there that's grieving or a mom that has lost a baby can hear me and maybe I can give them some comfort to hear that you're gonna see a better side. Like the other time we went to Disneyland, we had gone to Disneyland and a mom approaches me and she tells me like, oh, you know, I heard about your story. And she had gone through losing her baby. And
like months later, yeah.
It was just one of those moments where, as I said bye to her, just me and Brian were like talking. And I was telling Brian, I'm like, I feel so not uncomfortable, but something about showing like your vulnerable side when it comes to like grief. I feel like in the beginning I was very like open about it just because it was like so fresh to me. And it was very like I feel like people got to like live it with me almost because I was like so like
fresh. Yeah.
It was so fresh, yeah. And with time, I've gotten more closed off about it because it's just something super personal. And it was one of those realizations where I was like, why are you like afraid to be so open about like your grief? Like, because look at the people you're helping.
And what's so unfortunate about that, like how you said, why am I so afraid, is because you've seen it firsthand that when you try to be vulnerable about that, like some people have opinions about it. And that's what sucks. I think that's what's so unfortunate about grief and being online. Like if you're not talking about it, you don't care. If you're talking about it too much, you're doing it for attention. And it's like, what the fuck do you want from me? And maybe unintentionally, like maybe that's kind of why I kind of closed off a little bit. It's different because like when you deal with it, because like when you're dealing with it, like aside of social media, like you're obviously your family, everyone's seeing it.
But when you are like, I was on social media as I was like living everything, even though if I took breaks or not, like I expressed my emotions. So in a way, I feel like firsthand, like everybody was like living it through me. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean?
And you know how you said you're like, I wish I could go back and tell myself. I'm sure like you probably heard here and there like time heals. You know how everyone hears time heals. The thing is though, I feel like when you're in that situation, you don't want to heal. I was about to say that, yeah. When you're in that situation, like hearing like time will heal, you're thinking like, I don't want to heal. This is so fucked up.
So
my
terrible.
life is over.
Why would you want to heal from that?
Exactly.
And I still like to not really say the word heal, because I know that like the old me would like insult myself from it, and I still get insulted from it. Like if I say it myself, I'm like, wait, don't say it like that. You're wording it wrong. Okay. I more like to say like growth, because I still haven't healed from that. Like that's so terrible, you know.
And it's something that you almost want to say like, no, I don't want to feel healed from that, because that's like, I know what you're saying.
Oh, and growth. There's a really good example of that, of what we're just talking about. When I try to say it without getting emotional,
it's okay to get emotional.
Grief is like, you know how you said you don't want to like. What did you say?
That maybe you don't want to heal. Like you almost like, you're like, I know that, you know, you want to grow from it.
Yeah, but because grief, all of that is like loving them, right? Oh, like the price you pay for is like the love you have for them. Oh. That's why you don't, when someone says heal, you're like, well, I'm not gonna, like healing is like
stop loving them, and I don't want to stop longing for them.
Yes, that part, girl. Oh no, yeah, actually so crazy. Yeah, and for me, I'm like, I love him so much, and me like healing, I feel would be like
stopping to like, yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Wow. And obviously like I know that's not what it means. I know if I was trying to give advice to a friend, I would be different with the way I think. But it's like, it does feel like that. Of
course, I get that.
You know. But this year, I think I'm wondering if you're gonna have your baby by then. So,
I don't know.
I feel like every year we kind of get together as a family.
I'm like actually so shocked. And this is something we never like talked about, but I think it is kind of crazy how close my due date was to Bryce's birthday. That's so insane. Because technically my due date is September 5th. Technically my due date is only days away from that. So I'm not gonna lie. There's times that I think I'm like. Would I go, like, what if I were to give birth on his birthday? Like, that is just blows my mind. I don't know. It's just, that has always been crazy to me. God's will, like, when I told you her due date, you were like, so close to his birthday. So that alone is like, oh my gosh, what, you know? So who knows? Maybe I don't know. Okay. I think I'll go past it. I think I'll go past it.
Yeah. But yeah, I was wondering, I'm like, oh my God, is she going to be there? Because every year, the first year, do you remember his first birthday?
Yeah, it was really.
I remember. I'm trying to think. I know that day.
I know you got him like an outfit.
Oh, I had got him his little birthday outfit.
Like my heart.
It's beautiful. I got him his birthday outfit. I decorated for him. So my thing with like, I think it depends. I feel like everybody grieves differently. For me, the way that I saw it, I had to pull myself together because I know he deserved a birthday. Like he deserved a celebration. Yeah. And I, as distraught I was, I knew that he was in heaven playing with his best friends with his little birthday hat. And they were like, with their little balloons for his birthday. Like, that's like how I like to think of it. Yeah. And I was like, and I'm not saying if you don't celebrate birthdays when they're, you know, in heaven, I understand for people that wouldn't want to because it's like so depressing. Okay. But for me, I just felt like if the one thing that I could give him would be a little birthday, like a little birthday party. It wasn't a party, but the first year, do you remember? We even got like a piñata. We had the kids break the piñata.
I remember.
I think even Luis made mini pancakes that night.
It was beautiful. Even Luis had a mini pancake cart. It was beautiful. You made pozole like.
Okay, yeah.
So beautiful.
That's the thing. So I almost made it a tradition. I had made green pozole. And then Karina and Jasmine helped me make his cake. And it's funny because for the second year once again, I had all these plans. I remember the second year, I already had Noah.
Rough.
I already had Noah. We were coming back from the cemetery, and I remember Karina calling me like, "So what are we gonna do?" I didn't want to do anything.
Yeah, you.
Karina like almost like literally like had to like tell me like, "Girl, just like we have to do something." Like, cause she know how badly
like, it wasn't like I was like, you got to do this. It was more like the way I knew how much you like, for you it's like a tradition.
Yes.
And I knew how much you would have like regretted not doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, if you need me, go to the store and get some stuff.
So you went to get everything.
You know,
if it had not been for Karina going to the store to grab everything, like I wouldn't have done anything.
Just because I knew you wanted to do it so bad that I was like, right now she's having a moment, and I feel like she might regret it tomorrow.
Yes. And yeah, sure enough, we did it, and I was so thankful. So I ended up making my green pozole again, and again, like Karina and Jasmine made the birthday cake, which is so cute. Like, you know, he's thinking like, oh, my aunts make the cake. And it's almost a tradition. Like, it's almost a tradition that like this year, like they're probably going to make the cake again while making the pozole. It's like the cutest thing. Like, we just get together as a family. You know what's funny though? So for Noah's birthday, I thought it was such a cute tradition. For Noah's actual birthday, not his birthday party, but for his actual birthday,
it's really similar.
We did the exact same thing.
Similar.
Karina happened to buy the same napkins and plates. They were like little dinos, the same ones that she bought for Briancito's first birthday. It was the same theme that we used for Noah.
Wait, and that was like on accident. The fact that they had the same like decor is so cute.
Yeah, it was like the little dino thing. So I ended up making green pozole again. This time around, so for Noah's birthday, I also made green pozole. It was like literally very same vibes. Again, I think that day Karina and Jasmine made the cake. I think you guys helped me with the cake. I was making the pozole. It's just so funny. I feel like it's just tradition. I feel like for all my kids, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
but I'm kind of over the green pozole a little bit. So I know you know how to make the red one.
Oh, you want the red one this time?
I want the red one, but with chicken.
I've been craving red. Oh,
is that weird?
I just love pork.
I love chicken.
See, that's what we're different on, girl. Myra's a chicken girl. I'm a fucking pig all around.
I love chicken.
I love puerco so much.
No, I love it too, but I did remember one time, Karina, I don't know if it was Crystal. It was a friend. I want to say it was Crystal. I'm not sure. They had
red pozole with
chicken. I think her mom had made it once. Maybe I'm mistaking the friend, but I want to say it was her.
Okay.
And it was with chicken.
It was red. Picture it. I don't know.
It was good. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried red pozole with chicken. We can try the puerco ones too.
Actually, no. It's your son's birthday. I'm over here like womp womp like what?
No, what does he want?
You can do what you want, girl. If you want to do the red one with chicken, I feel like you know what's so funny, Maya?
Like, and now I'm like, I don't even know if Karina's gonna be there.
No, I think I will. It's
what if you're literally at the hospital?
Maya, in a couple of days, I'll be there.
What if you're at the hospital that day?
I don't know. I honestly feel like at this point, I feel that I'm almost confident I'm gonna go past my due date. At this point, I'm just like the baby doesn't want to come out. Because I've been having pain. My back's been killing me since yesterday, like nonstop. Yesterday, I was like, today's the day.
I thought.
I'm sick of me even telling my family, like, guys,
I'm not kidding.
I think it's near. Like, sound stupid at this point.
I'm not even kidding. I thought today, the day was just not going to come. I was like, I'm going to have to film with Jasmine.
At this point, any feeling that I have, yes, my back is killing me. Yes, I'm contracting very randomly. Could just be Braxton Hicks. At this point, I'm taking everything with a grain of salt, and I'm like, could be nothing. I'll see. I have an appointment tomorrow, and I'll see how that goes. But I think I'll be there.
Have you opened
up? A couple of days, Maria. Last time I wasn't open yet. Who knows what they'll tell me tomorrow? But I think I will be there.
Yeah. So it'll be nice.
It's crazy because when you talk about pozole, like, it's crazy because Myra, she makes the green pozole.
Yeah.
I make the red one. I have no idea how to make the green pozole, and you don't know how to make the red one. So like, it's funny how we both know how to make each color.
It's really easy to make.
I think the red pozole is super easy to make.
Yeah.
I think. And then you tell me, I don't know, but if you want to make a chicken, go off, queen. But
no, we could try the pork, actually. That sounds really good.
Too.
No, actually, the pork sounds bomb.
I don't know, but
I have a thing for meats.
Huh?
I have this like fetish.
Fetish?
Wait, no, fetish is when you love something, right?
Yeah, fetish is like.
No, I have a phobia for meats, I think, bitch.
Are you not a pork girl like that?
No, I do like pork.
No, but like, you're not really, huh?
No,
like you'll choose chicken over pork.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
Like with my tacos, I would love my tacos, but I would be the kind that prefers my chicken tacos over asada.
You eat tacos de pollo? You eat chicken
All the
tacos?
time.
I'm telling you right now, I don't think I've ever ordered a chicken taco in my life.
You're lying.
In my life. I've ate them at a party if that's all the meat they got left.
No, to be fair, I love my asada. I'll do 2 asada, 2 chicken.
This is the thing, like if the taquero's like all we got is pollo, I'm like, okay, I'll do the chicken. I will never purposely order a chicken taco in my life.
No, I have to have some chicken. I love chicken though, Karina.
I love carnitas.
I have chicken every day of my life.
That's actually really good though, Mara. That's great. That's great. You should be a chicken girly. I should be a chicken girly more.
I should be a chicken girly? What does that even mean?
I should, because pork is so bad for you. Like, if I'm going to get tacos, I'm like, carnitas, please.
You know what I heard recently?
What?
They say like cooking oil is worse than lard.
I'm sick of that shit.
Than lard.
I'm sick of it.
What are you sick of?
I'm sick of y'all saying this is bad for you, this is bad for you, that one's worse, this is that.
And you know, my mom made a great example. You know,
What?
the chef herself. What she said?
What?
When she cleans the pots, the lard slips right off, and the other oils like you gotta scrub.
Okay, this is
That's
the
a
thing.
good fact.
This is the fucking thing here. Like, first they say like, oh, you should be eating avocado oil, it's healthier than olive oil. So then I made this huge transition, like all I fuck with now is avocado oil. And now I got people in my DMs talking about avocado oil is horrible for you. I'm like, so what do I eat, air?
You know what?
I'm like,
that's what they said about the avocado oil, that like it's not even like avocado oil.
What do I cook with?
I'm like, so who do I have to sue?
I'm like, okay, so
what company is it?
So what do I do? Like, what do you cook with? Like, okay, like go back to olive oil. I fuck with
lard.
Avocado oil now. Lard, right? So they said lard was like horrible to cook with.
No,
and now they're saying it's better.
Crazy. I know they're like laughing at us, like, girl, y'all ain't saying lard is healthy. It's. I'm not saying it's healthy.
Let me Google this shit, because I heard that now they're saying that it's better than oil.
Yeah, like cooking oil.
Is lard healthier to cook with
than cooking oil?
Healthier.
Like olive oil. Is it olive oil worse? Like I cook with olive oil.
Okay, so here's what it says. Lard can be healthier than some oils, but it's not necessarily healthier than all oils. Lard,
yeah, like corn oil. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I'm sick of it, y'all. At this point, let me cook with what I'm going to cook with, because anything you show, they'll be like, that's not good. That's recalled. Baby, everything is.
Everything, like the silk milk.
The milk? Oh, yeah.
Tell me why I love my silk creamer. And I know that was not what was recalled, but you know how like in Canada, the silk milk was recalled?
Oh,
I was like, throw it away.
It
like was my creamer.
Killing people?
Yeah,
that's
it was
crazy.
My creamer, and I was just so scared. I was like, I'm just gonna throw this away, like even if it's not in the United States. Is Canada?
Listen, I don't even know.
Canada's not in the United States, bitch.
What? I'm not even listening right now. I'm sorry. Of course, it's not in the U.S.
Yeah,
it's its own thing, girl. It's its own country.
Yeah, damn.
Right? You know, like, what?
Is it really a whole country?
It's an entire, yes.
Oh shit.
Canadians have a different accent than Americans do.
Yeah, no,
I don't actually know what's the difference.
Like a part of like the U.S. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know the difference between Canadian accents and U.S. accents. I don't. Like, if you're Canadian, I won't even know you're Canadian. But there is differences in the way we talk.
I don't know, because it trips me out when actresses, like they or actors, when they have an accent, but like when they act out in movies, they don't have an accent. I'm like, what?
I don't understand like the whole having to fake an accent thing for movies and stuff. Like, I can't.
Yeah, no,
that's tough.
Yeah,
I can't even fake an accent if I wanted to.
You know that I think we might have an accent and we don't notice.
No shit, we have an accent.
Oh well, yeah, obviously, huh?
We're literally like Mexican Americans in like the LA area. Our accent is heavy as fuck. We just don't notice it.
Someone told me recently, and I was like,
we have an accent, Maya.
No, you know what someone told me recently? They were like, "What's up with that girl and her lisp?" I'm like,
lisp?
I have a lisp.
No.
And I was like, oh my God, I have a lisp. And now all my vlogs I was watching, I'm like, you have a lisp.
I don't let people say that shit. I don't even notice it.
Because you probably have a lisp too, imagine. We talk the same.
I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up. Anyway, I don't give a fuck if I have a lisp or not, okay? I already get judged.
I don't know if I have one or not, but I was like, OMG.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
What do you want to do?
But you know what I think it is? I think it's my teeth shifting.
It's okay.
I need to get my retainers.
Yeah, it happens, queen. We all have an accent. I remember being for the first time hearing I had an accent, and I was like, oh.
I didn't even know.
But I mean, it makes sense, Maria. Like, we're Mexican American. Just naturally, we do have that accent where we probably sound.
But the Inland Empire
slash Inland
you
Empire.
sound like you're from the Inland Empire.
No, yeah, I remember she said that she knows somebody from the Inland Empire, and that she was like, oh yeah, she talks similar to her. Yeah,
stop.
I was like, oh shit, I didn't even know I had an accent, but yeah, and it also has to do, Maria, with, think about it. Well, we are around Latinos all the time,
yeah,
so we don't notice our own accent.
Yeah,
but yeah, somebody could hear us talk and be like, "Oh, you're definitely Mexican."
No, I get it. I think there's some things that we say that I wouldn't say with like someone else I wouldn't understand.
Like, we do have an accent. We do, Maya.
Accent.
We probably have an accent that, you know, maybe our other peers that are also Mexican American, that grew up with like just bilingual, they have the same accent and we don't even notice it because we're just around it. Gotcha. But somebody who is not used to being around a lot of people who speak Spanglish, or, you know, like, they will notice the accent right away.
Gotcha.
So we do have an accent. Everybody has one.
Speaking of like invasive questions, who says you got a list? I feel like we learn a lot from, like, I was gonna say ancestors, like what? From the tias, you know, like, I just feel like even like family, they ask the craziest questions, like, even like having kids. Like, I feel like I am so understanding that sometimes some people could even be trying, and you're asking like, so when are the kids coming? You don't know if that couple has been struggling.
I've literally had that. Like, when I was struggling to conceive, I had those señoras asking me like, so what do you think? Like, you know, like, ¿pa cuándo los niños? Like, you know,
like, I'm struggling.
Like, and I'm thinking like, cuando Dios quiera. And that should say enough to you. Shut the fuck up, girl.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what someone's going through. I hate when people do that, because then they think that it's like, I can't stand it.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you could ask somebody.
If you're dating someone, when are you going to get married? If you're single, where's the boyfriend?
Where are you going to move in together? Just all those questions are so invasive. Like, why do we care?
Yeah.
Like, don't ask those questions. Like, you know, I think that sometimes you're curious, and I could imagine telling a friend like, oh, I can't wait for you to have a baby one day. Like, so like, if I'm close enough to you to be like, so are you guys going to try soon? I feel like if you're close enough to have those conversations, it makes sense. But you don't just go around asking people like, so when are you going to have kids? So when are you guys going to get married? So, and then like, if you have an apartment, so when are you going to buy? Why are you renting? When are you going to buy a house? Like, everybody's on their own journey. Like, that might not even be the goal.
So annoying to me when I used to rent.
Oh.
Yeah. When I decided to move out and rent, like, that was like the main question. Like, why didn't you just buy? I'm like, bitch, in this economy? Like, you're really asking me that?
Bitch, to buy.
You know what I mean, though?
I think to
eventually buy. Eventually, I bought, but I'm like, bitch, if I wanted to rent my whole life, who cares?
Anybody buying right now is like, it's a damn miracle.
But people really, you know.
It's literally a miracle to buy a house these days. And I cannot stand, like, the older generation that's judging their kids and saying like, well, at your age, I had a house already. I already bought my house. Yeah, for $90,000, mama. They're $1 million now for a shoebox. Like, you know, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. When parents try to be like, it's because back in my day, we already owned our house. We were a lot more hardworking. Like, congratulations. You literally didn't even pay $100,000 for your house, baby.
Yeah, so back in your day at my age, you had like 5 kids already too, girl. I know.
Yeah. Like, I feel like our parents and, you know, well, like, our parents is a different situation because they didn't even, like, you know, they had the moho. I mean, my dad, he didn't even get the house. I'm saying, like,
what are you saying, girl?
In our case, even my dad knows, because he's like, he couldn't even get his fucking house, bitch.
So, bitch, it was hard.
It was hard. My dad.
I still don't know how people back then got houses.
I still don't know. But when I look at that generation, like, for example, like Raul's parents would tell me how their house, they got it for like 100,000 and stuff, and you're like, oh my gosh, the times have changed. Bitch, you're getting a car for that much now. Like, what?
The rates, everything.
It's just crazy how expensive homes are. Is it true that
like, after the election, the houses are gonna drop? That's what I heard.
But this is the thing, like, I think interest rates are dropping, but when interest rates drop, houses go up.
And
when
like,
houses go down, interest rate goes up.
can't
So I'm
have
like,
nothing good in life, huh?
So I'm like, bitch, yeah, it's the same shit. Y'all just flipping it. I'm so confused.
Yeah, but you
Right?
could refinance.
Okay, that's true. But either way, it's all bullshit. What were we talking about?
Yeah, it is bullshit.
Questions. Oh my gosh,
Invasive
they
questions.
never end.
But you know what? They never end because her mind is older too. Like the freaking aunt asking questions. She had kids when she was 15. And when she was our age, she had her like full kids already.
There's nothing more than annoying than that tia like at Thanksgiving. So when are you doing this? Or they're just judging your life and you're looking at them like, bitch, your life, you got some shit to work on. Like, I could just not stand those people that had just so much to say. And I'm like, I know your life is a fucking shit show and I'm not bringing it up. So
like,
why are you asking me these stupid ass questions? Or like those aunts that will literally tell like their niece or something like, you're getting fat. Oh, like those tias.
Okay. But it's not just tias. It could be your own
Anybody.
people. My mom is straight the fuck up like that.
Okay.
I love her to death, but she'll fucking tell me when I'm getting some pounds.
Up.
She'll tell me, but I don't.
Oh,
think
you know what she does is she with Luis too before he got the sleeve. She would tell him stuff like, "Oh, like you're getting bigger," and he would be like, "Cálmate,
Ninel Conde.
Yeah, he would be like, "Cálmate, Ninel Conde," like telling her,
Yeah.
like basically saying, like, "You're
She's so
thinking too."
funny. No, but like I can't even be offended because she's my mom. But I'm like, baby, don't speak like that to other people because that's just different. Huh?
No, yeah, no, absolutely not.
No, but I mean, people times have changed.
I feel like
honey.
I'm comfortable enough with my mom. I'd be like, "We're both two thickies," you know.
But I wouldn't tell her like, "Estás subiendo de peso."
All right, like I wouldn't even tell my
not
mom
tell her
that. I wouldn't even tell my mom like you're gaining weight.
Yeah,
Like,
or she'll say eso nonchalant. Pues ahorita como estás poquito más subida de peso. I'm like, bitch, where did this come from? I mean, not bitch to her. Oh my god.
I mean, I
But
think it's
you know what I
fine.
mean,
To say,
huh?
it's okay to say that.
No,
You're
I'm not calling her
joking.
that, though.
But it's a joke. It's a way of speaking. Like when you're saying, bitch.
I'm not calling my mom that though. Y'all.
There's times that I'm talking to Raul and I'm like, bitch, and I'm not
No,
calling her
yeah,
a
but
bitch.
I'm not calling her that.
Girl, it's not that big of a deal.
Right? But no, like, girl, she will say that.
That's
I'm like,
so
okay. Anything else you want to say, Queen? Like, get off your chest.
Absolutely
huh?
not.
Like, why is it? You know what's so funny though? Like, even like the whole like me saying like, bitch. Like, I think people are different. Like, sometimes I watch the Kardashians and I'm like, the way y'all speak to your mama, Kris Jenner, is crazy.
How do they speak to her?
They're just like, they'll be like, you're fucking crazy. Like, they'll just talk to her like she's like a friend.
I think
Does anybody else like feel that?
I
They
feel
do
like
talk
I've
to
had
their,
real
like-
moments where my mama would be like, "Estás loca,"
Oh yeah, I'll clock her a little bit sometimes.
but it's
But-
like out of love.
Out of love, no, but I'm saying like sometimes people like the relationships they have with their mom is like there's no boundaries.
Okay.
You have to have seen the Kardashians, Queen, how they talk to her.
Yeah, when they argue sometimes.
They'll even like they just argue like siblings. I'm like, okay, there's certain things I would not be able to tell my mom because she would smack the shit out of me, you know. So it just depends.
I think it's just like different generations, different traditions. Because yeah, I could never talk to my parents like that.
no, there's just no way. It's crazy.
I know what you mean.
But
Oh my
you
god!
know.
But speaking of those questions, like those invasive questions that family or friends or just people, weird people that just
Yeah.
they don't get it. They'll even ask like someone who's not even related to them, like, "So when are you having kids? Why haven't you? Don't want kids, and you don't know if they're struggling, and then you
Or they
have
don't want
kids,
kids.
and then you have a kid, and they're like, so when's the next one? I haven't even given birth, and some of these señoras will be like, ¿Y el niño pa cuándo?" And I'm like,
Oh, that
"Bitch."
question is so crazy.
And they're like, "So when are you having the boy?" And I'm like, "I haven't even given birth. Shut the fuck up. I
And
don't
it's
even know."
the aunt that had like 9 girls. Like, baby, sit down.
And I'm thinking like, what if I don't want more?
not just that. Why do people ask that question? Like, I don't choose the sex.
Yeah.
I don't choose the gender, baby. Why are you
Like-
asking that?
Like, girl, like, and if I choose to say after this, I'm done, there shouldn't be anything bothering you about it. Like, why do you care?
Yeah, I think the señoras expect for this generation to also have like 10 kids. Do you feel
Yes.
that?
Oh my gosh. Yes. And they'll try to like sometimes like say like,
here.
well, I had this many kids at this age. Again, I love my mom, but sometimes, I'll be like nervous about like 2 babies. And she's like, a tu edad ya tenía 4.
Oh yeah.
I already had 4 at your age. You're fine. I never complained. I had
that home mom.
Yeah, she would be like,
different.
she would be like, I was cooking for your dad every morning. I had the house clean. My kids were showered every day.
Queen, honestly.
You got it easy right now. And I'm like, oh, 100%. I get that. And I'm sure it was a full-time job for you. But my mom is actually very like graceful about motherhood. Because when she explains to you like her being a stay-at-home mom, she always speaks about it in such a positive experience. She's never complained. So she's very and I'm like, okay, well, maybe you just had a really strong mindset with juggling all the kids.
Had a very strong mindset
because she got 6 kids, and I don't know how she's still taking kids to school to this day. It blows my fucking mind. But with her, I'll tell her like, how did you do it? Because I'm like, how did you not go crazy? Yeah. And she says like,
patient. And
she says, she's like, I actually found it to be a really peaceful life, like just raising you guys. And
she was a really good mom.
She says that it wasn't hard for her. It just came natural to her, and it was just her normal. And I tell her, I'm like, yeah, I guess like everyone's just different, because I think if I had 6 kids, I actually would go crazy. Like,
yeah,
I actually don't know how I would handle that.
No, I wouldn't.
I legitimately, when I hear of somebody having 4 or 5, I'm like, are you okay?
If I come over and like the kids are all screaming at the same time, everybody's talking, I'm just like,
can't even
overstimulated. I'm like, everybody talk to me one at a time. Like, I can't do this. Imagine 6 kids up to you, like bugging you.
Even when we just hang out together and it's just our 2 kids running around fighting, I'm like, I can't think straight.
Overstimulating.
I'm like, I can't even hear my own thoughts right now. and that's 2 kids. I'm like, how did y'all do it with 6? But I think everyone, it's just different. And like I tell my mom too, I'm like, it's different scenarios too. Like, with Raul and I, we both get up to leave to the warehouse all the time.
Yeah, it's different.
All the time. And it's like, we do have the privilege of being able to take Mia with us. But because we'll be there having to get work done there, but obviously you have to attend to the kids too. It's kind of like juggling that. But also I think about the fact that like Raul and I work together, and how that's a huge privilege within itself.
Yeah. I feel like my mom inspires me a lot. When I'm feeling down, I'm like, okay, think about your mother, girl. She had 6 kids. Because my mom, she's like the kind that like, my mom doesn't come downstairs if she doesn't have like makeup on, her hair done. I'm like, girl, that's iconic.
I'm trying to like look back at a time where she didn't have her hair and makeup done,
or if she was in PJs. I don't even know how she looks in PJs.
I've never seen my mom in pajamas in my life.
I don't even know how she looks.
And I'm thinking like, and you did this with 6 chiquillos running around.
Queen.
Somehow got ready every day. How? My dad wasn't home either. How the hell did you do it?
Yep. Don't know.
It's truly admirable. Couldn't be me.
Just
with having that many kids, like, do you think gentle parenting was a thing back then?
Definitely not.
Gentle parenting with 6 kids? I don't think I could do it.
I mean, it turned out just fine, but a little bit of trauma, just a little bit.
I like to think that we turned out just fine getting our ass whooped, but it does come with its traumas.
Yes.
And that's not something I want my kid to go through.
No, yeah, I'm not doing
I feel like back in the day, like with most of our generation's parents, our parents are in their 50s. I feel like most people in their 30s, most millennials will say, depending on your household, I guess. But I feel like for most, like,
very aggressive.
I guess like Hispanics. A lot of us got our ass rocked.
Think belts, think cables, think chanclas flying across the fucking room. That is so insane. That is just so traumatic.
You know what's funny? We think about the chancla now. We think about, a shoe flying.
No,
and we think
the
it's funny.
Cable from the vacuum is unhinged. Or like the scoba.
Like no mames, like,
and what? They're using the stick. Like, that is crazy.
Something even as simple as like what's funny now, like throwing the chancla, right? Like throwing a shoe. Something like that we could laugh at, right? You could laugh at it. Do I picture myself throwing my shoe at Mia?
I could never
do that. So that's like, why would you ever throw an object at your kid?
That's actually so sad.
When I picture my mom throwing a chancla even nowadays, and I think it's funny, right? Would I ever throw a shoe at my kid knowing I'm aiming for them? Like, that is so fucking sad. It actually breaks my heart.
I had a realization today how good of a mom I am. I mean, not even good. You you should be this way.
I thought you were about to say you should be their ass. I was like, oh my god.
I was like, wait. No, so today I was getting ready in the morning and Brian was like, what did he say? I was like, take Noah downstairs because Noah likes to play with my makeup and stuff, like take things out. He just likes to make a mess. So I'm like, take him downstairs with you. And he's like, let's go before, what did he say? Before mommy spanks you or whoops you or something. He was like joking and I was like, I've never put my hands on him. And he was like, I know you haven't. And we just like laughed. But even in the moment I was like, oh my God, I really have never even like spanked him. I mean, he's one. But even then I was like, I'm pretty sure at this age I was getting my ass whooped. Like, oh my God. No, because I'm trying to think like, so we kind of saw like Jasmine and David be raised. I know Jasmine by one when she was doing her travesuras.
Like she would get a smack.
She would get a little spanking here and there, which I find so crazy. Because no matter what, Noah could do like the absolute worst,
and he doesn't deserve because he doesn't know what.
And he honestly hasn't done the absolute worst. Yeah. But he could even just do a travesura. It would never even like be something I would like that would come to me to spank him.
Because people didn't know how to control their freaking anger, and they thought it was normal to like unleash that on a child.
And it's so sad.
It's just so fucked up.
A 1-year-old, like they don't know what they're doing.
And you know what? I say this with like all the respect for my parents because I think that they did an incredible job as parents.
Yeah.
But yes, I could sit here and tell my dad and look him in the face and be like, "You didn't have to fucking whoop our ass like that," and tell my mom too, like, "And you didn't have to do that either." Like,
yeah.
But they. You know,
they learned.
Think about how they were raised because I hear stories about how my parents were raised.
Yeah, like
and those poor things their ashes were handed to them every day for no reason at all.
Yes,
I remember my mom telling us a story about like somebody forgot to feed the chickens or something at 5 a.m.
Oh my God! And you're telling this to a kid? Like no mames.
And I'm not like she was like a literal child, like a 6-year-old kid. I think she accidentally fed the chickens too late. Maybe she fed them at 7 a.m. and not freaking crack of dawn at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Gosh.
And she said she got her ass like
whooped
like horrible. That it engraved in her head for the rest of her life, like this horrible beating that she got.
That's
over
so sad.
Incorrectly feeding the chickens for whatever reason in Mexico, you know. In Mexico, like
That's
back
so
in the day, how they grew up, Myra, they grew up around the worst. And we think we're breaking chains with our kids. Even if they hit us growing up, guarantee you in their head,
they broke chains.
In their head, they broke chains and they were like, oh, they didn't get the ass whoopings we got in Mexico.
Because, I mean, our parents were really good parents. I'm sure they did a lot of changing from like how they were raised. But damn, some of it was still a little bit still there, you know.
Of course.
But you know what? Like, I feel like everyone I know, their parents were a little fucking crazy.
My dad too. He talks about
respectfully.
Everybody I know my age, like talks about getting their ass beat.
A little crazy, huh? I'm like,
everybody talks about like I feel like everyone our age.
Machismo in them to be.
I think it's a little bit of the machismo in the dads, like the traditional Mexican dad.
Changed a lot. My dad is like not
so much.
We brought him on the podcast. He's not machista at all, but maybe he was a little bit when we were.
Yes,
younger.
He was.
Definitely.
I think my dad was
a machista era.
My dad was a machista back then. Like, I think even my mom could sit here and be like, yeah, he's grown so much as a man. Like, I think my dad, like, now that he's older, he's softened up, like, times a million.
I think that's every dad, huh?
Which is so crazy because, like, as kids, sometimes I was like, damn, my dad's crazy. Like, I would think, like, he had a really low temper.
Yeah.
Like, for no fucking reason. And I think that was, him with his own trauma. Because I know my mom has told me before, too, that, like, he grew up in Mexico. Like,
yeah.
His grow up was even crazier than hers. So like
yeah.
They were breaking their chains how they thought they.
And now like we have therapy, we have people to talk to, we have like things we see online that might help us, educate us. They didn't have any of that.
Mental health is very spoken about openly now.
Yeah, they didn't have none of that back then.
Back then it was very obey your parents, period.
Even back then was like dale un putazo. Don't let them do that. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Well, back then, Myra, even in Mexico, my parents, like, they used to get their ass whooped by the teachers in school.
The teachers, bitch.
The teachers were whooping their ass, too.
Imagine your kid coming home and saying their teacher whooped their ass.
Oh, and they'd be like, I'm catching a case.
Pégale.
Yeah.
Like that.
And yeah, my mom says that she would come home and be like, yeah, I got my ass, like, handed to me at school by the teacher. And they'd be like, que bueno. Good.
That's so crazy.
Like it was so normal to them, Myra. We're talking we're talking
normalized back then.
Way back in the rancho in Mexico, where
like in the 80s.
It was just so different. 70s? I honestly feel like a lot of millennials now can grow up and say like I was neglected as a child, even when they think they weren't. Or our parents, Myra, like I'm sure they were shown like love and affection to an extent. Yeah. My mom said that my grandma had, I think, was it 10 kids or more, or 12,
something like that.
I honestly forgot how many kids she had, or was it 8?
No, it was definitely past 10.
I forgot how many kids she had, but I actually asked my mom. I was like, because my mom was the youngest. And I told her, I was like, did you ever feel neglect as a child because you were the youngest out of like 10? I feel like at that point I'd be tired of raising y'all too. Like, I was like, that's too many kids to have, right? Not too many, but it's a lot.
It's a lot,
like
girl.
You cannot possibly show that much affection to each and every single one of them. I don't believe you can. That's too much to spread out.
So much.
Too much. And I asked her, like, did you feel like a lot of like nurturing from your mom? But she's like, I don't remember. And I was like, no, for real, because you were like the youngest out of like 10. Yeah. I feel like you probably, like, a lot of it was your, and she did say like a lot of it was like, she remembers a lot of her siblings being in her life a lot too.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the siblings were helping out too.
Okay.
So it was just like a village raising her.
Yeah. Well, but it didn't seem that complicated back then because you had 10 kids and they were going to take care of each other. Like, you knew like you were gonna take care of each other. I even remember taking care of Jasmine.
Yeah,
I was probably like 14.
My mom only had 6, and I remember us babysitting Jasmine all the time.
Because when they had the restaurant,
yes,
we would take care of them. No, but you know what? We gotta give all the credit to my grandma. Though my grandma would take care of us.
Yeah, so it takes a village. Yeah. The point is, it takes a village, and
the village takes care of the village.
Everyone takes care of each other. But yeah, like even then themselves growing up, like they had to feel like neglect and like, I mean, just the way they would get hit by it for everything. Like,
so do you believe in gentle parenting?
I do believe in gentle parenting. I feel like there's like a balance. I do not like the type of gentle parenting when a kid is literally like smacking the hell out of their mom and the mom is like, stop, don't hit me. I can't. When I'm seeing a parent get smacked around, I'm just like, this is beyond gentle parenting.
I think some kids take advantage.
This kid is walking all over you.
Yeah.
There is a difference. Because I believe in gentle parenting. I do. Yeah. I really believe in gentle parenting, but I believe in authority. And I believe that your kids should have, not like, they shouldn't fear you.
A little bit.
Maybe they should fear you a tiny bit.
Just a tad.
A tiny bit where like they see you and they're like, oh, I shouldn't be doing that.
Like not fear you,
but like
they're going to think before they do something because of your parents.
Yes, they should think of consequences to an extent.
There you go.
Like I've seen it firsthand where I know they're trying to break a chain because I'm like, I know that you had it rough growing up and I see they're trying to make a difference and the kid is like
going crazy,
completely swinging.
Oh my gosh.
And you're just like, stop. It makes me wonder what led to the point of your kid swinging on you like that. How did we get here where they feel that's acceptable? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think what I do is gentle parenting.
Yeah, me too.
In my own way. Because I will raise my voice if I have to. Yeah. I'm a human being too, and there is times that I lose my patience.
Like sometimes you have to.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, of course, I would like to be calm every second of the day and say, "We don't do that."
That's in the morning, and then in the afternoon.
Yeah, there's definitely times that I'm not gonna lie. There's times that I'm like, enough. Like what? You know,
that's fine.
It's natural to have your moments of like, stop, or whatever the case is. And I was looking into that. Would you say you're a gentle parent?
I think so.
So I was actually seeing somebody on TikTok talk about how gentle parenting is actually trash. Well, at least, some people take it to an extreme.
Okay.
And I think that's a good example, when a kid is swinging on you, like, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Your kid
raise your voice. I would raise my voice in that scenario.
Okay, so some people might say raising your voice wouldn't help. Some people say it does help. Sometimes I ask myself, like, what is the correct way? Because I don't know if anything could help a tantrum.
Okay.
You know? So gentle parenting is a little tricky.
Okay. It is.
Where's the line?
Oh, you're asking me?
I don't know. You know,
okay.
I feel like as a parent yourself, like, you try to follow like a certain parenting to the best of your ability, and there is times that you're like, where's the line to this? Is it okay for me to allow this tantrum?
I don't think
what I do.
There's a rule book to parenting. I think there's no perfect way to educate a kid because the kids have their emotions. Mm-hmm. I think about when I'm PMSing, my period's coming, I don't have control of my emotions. I don't know how to handle my emotions.
Yeah, we don't.
I think about that Myra, where she has cashing out an attitude for no reason. She's probably feeling a little down that day. I think about that. If me, 30-year-old grown woman, can't handle her emotions sometimes, how do I expect my 1-year-old to?
Well, that's the biggest part about gentle parenting and understanding that they have big emotions.
I sometimes tell myself that when Noah's having his fit, I'm like, well, he's not doing it on purpose. Like, he's feeling this. He's feeling it in the moment. Mm-hmm. So I like to get in his level. I think you've taught me that. I get on their eye level, and I'm like, it's okay, baby. I'll just hug him. Or you know what I do? Sometimes when he's having his like little moment, like he's angry, I like to like dance and make him laugh, like to break the ice.
You're redirecting him.
Is that what it is called?
Yes.
I literally will be like I'll just be like dancing and be like, I know it. Like I literally like will put on a show for him, trying like uplift his spirit a little bit. So
redirecting is like one of the best things you can do in parenthood.
Wow.
And that could be, Myra, like things I've seen on like if your kid is hitting you, mm-hmm. You should. They actually say, some people believe that you shouldn't do timeout, because timeout is technically you trying to shut down their emotions. Like, oh, you're throwing a tantrum, go sit in that corner until you can get your feelings together.
Oh my god,
that's exactly what you're doing. You're telling them like, oh, you can't handle yourself, go sit in that corner and come talk to me when you get your feelings together.
That makes me sad.
And that's actually really sad, because they should be able to express their feelings to you.
Imagine you're feeling down a day. Maybe you're PMSing and your man tells you, go to the fucking wall and look at that. Stare at that wall.
Go to that corner, stare at it, and until you feel composed, come talk to me.
Divorce! Imagine.
I'd be like, I'm a human being. I need to cry it out.
Oh, there you go.
You know how you have moments in therapy or with your friends and you're like, I need to let it out. Like, it's good for me to express my feelings.
Well, let it out. But the minute your child cries,
Exactly. Exactly, right? So if your kid is throwing a tantrum and whatever, and you want to put them on timeout, you putting them on timeout is telling them like, it's not okay to show your emotions to me.
That's so sad.
And you know what that leads to? Them not showing you emotions and them hiding emotions from you. And that's where it all starts, of them not telling you stuff.
Okay, let's say redirecting is good, because it is good, right?
Redirect, Myra.
But when he grows up.
Timeout is not redirecting.
But when he grows up and he's having a disagreement, an argument with somebody, and there's no one to redirect him, how is he going to handle his
different, baby, because after, that's different. As an adult, you
have
I mean? More critical thinking as an adult, and
But what if he's used to that?
Baby, a toddler is much more different than an adult.
Yeah.
A toddler, Mia, for example.
But that's why I'm saying you should probably, you could redirect them, but let them have their moment.
Let's say your kid's hitting you, right? Because they're clearly frustrated. Mm-hmm. You're naturally going to get upset. But maybe, maybe you could tell them, like, hitting is not... I don't even think telling a kid...
I literally did that to Noah. Is that... Wait, that's not... That's not good. I know it's not good.
What?
Brian does not like when I do that.
What?
I'll joke with him when Noah's like, he's like, supposedly, he's like in a phase where he makes caras to be like,
because you're trying to make him feel bad about making you.
And I'm like, I start supposedly crying after it a couple times. I think it's funny. He's like, he gets serious, and then he just goes towards me because he can't.
He knows you're sad, right?
He knows I'm sad, so he tries to comfort me, right?
Okay, he knows you're sad.
Brian hates it. He's like, why do you do that? I'm like, I think it's the cutest thing ever.
It's adorable, right?
No, but that has to be so. I try not to do it often because I know it's it can't be
okay.
Good.
I think
I'm really crying. Like, no, mames, that's not good.
He thinks you're sad. I don't think he knows that he's making you sad.
Oh,
so he might be like, oh, mommy's sad, let me give her a hug. I don't think he knows his actions did that. So it's kind of pointless.
No, I know it's not like I shouldn't do it because it's almost like manipulating in a way.
I have some notes here.
His reaction is so cute, but
so basically us like trying to make our kid feel about like, you're being mean to mommy. You're being mean. I don't think it does much because kids are not.
They're like,
they don't
don't care.
They don't. They don't.
Ooh.
Like, do they know that it's wrong to be mean? At 3, they probably know that it's not nice to be mean. But toddlers are said to be selfish, and it's not. And
they are selfish. You know, when your kid eats and stuff, you know, sometimes kids get really comfortable with picking at your food. Or mommy's having a snack, and the first thing to do is run to you to grab the snack from you.
Oh, I can't enjoy a snack around my kid.
Saw a TikTok recently of a mom. She was eating, and she's telling her son, like, no, this is my food. You ate already. It's my food. Queen. Now that's
I think I would first assess the situation. Like, did my kid eat? And if she did eat all her food, back up.
Exactly. And kids
but what if
like
she's still a little hungry?
We'll give her a snack, but don't be eating my food. I like that. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if Noah wants some of my plate, I'm like, take the whole thing. I
think that's a hard one.
That's hard because I would like want to, but I'm also thinking like, okay, well, if I'm eating something, let me just get him the same thing because he's gonna want it. But that's just how kids are. Like, I'm at this stage. If I'm eating something, like I already know Noah's gonna like run to me and he wants it, and I'm like, okay, hard, brother, like I'm trying to enjoy my snacks too.
With my food, maybe Mia's just so picky that I honestly haven't been in that situation. She's so picky, I could barely get her to eat her own food, let alone her picking at mine. She doesn't do that. But I will say with snacks, like the moment she hears a little crinkle, it's over.
I started realizing like,
and I'm not gonna lie, I give it to her.
Yeah, I started realizing I'm in that phase when I started like hiding eating. I'll be like,
I've done that.
He's not watching. Okay,
I do that where I'll like scarf down like something
down the pantry, like
in the pantry. I'll eat it. No, and you think that they don't hear you.
Oop!
What are you doing? Like before you know it, I'll hear.
Like a business girl, slash the door. Imagine
the other day, I think I was eating like a cosmic brownie in the pantry.
I ordered some. The TikTok ones.
Cosmic brownie?
Oh wait, no.
The regular, just like the cosmic brownies.
Oh, I'm talking about the protein ones.
Oh, okay, those are good too. But I was just eating a brownie in there, and then like I really thought like she couldn't hear me, and then before I knew it, like, what are you doing? I turned around, she's like right there. I'm like, you literally came out of nowhere. Like even when I'm trying to hide my snacks from you, you hear the crinkle from a mile away. Like they just know when you're eating something, bitch. They just know.
They just know.
I feel like with me, like she's never tried to eat off my plate like that. I'm telling you, like she's really picky. But with snacks, if anything, I'm like, okay, let's share a snack. You know what? To each their own with parenting. I will not judge like I guess your parenting, and everyone has their own way of doing it. I guess I just try to find a balance of what like I think is okay. Like I really do believe in not hitting my kids. I believe that I do believe that there's times that they need a little spanking here and there.
Yeah.
But never to like physically harm you.
Oh, I know.
Never to leave a mark on you. Like never. I do believe in raising your voice occasionally. It's completely normal. Raul's the calmest person I know in my life. And Raul will raise his voice at times. You know, so it's just like that is very natural, and I just think there's a balance to it.
I want to go to those places where you break stuff.
You're like, I need to get redirected. Imagine.
No, that's really iconic though. Those places where you like break shit.
Yes.
Oh, I want to do it.
I would love that.
I mean, I'd rather break that than things in my home. Like,
right? Like,
no, like one day just let it all out. Like everything you have bottled in, like,
I think that's a form of therapy.
Yeah. Just or they say like shit. Like for your emotions, like if you just have to like scream, like scream.
Sometimes we have so much bottled up inside.
Yeah. Sometimes like I just have to like scream in my pillow.
Oh, really? Okay, I need to do that. I need to try that.
Yeah. Just bottled up emotions.
Oh my God, I actually had a dream that you were pregnant.
Me?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh.
Just a couple nights ago, Myra.
No, I'm not ready. Don't say that.
You know what I dreamt, Myra? You know how when I gave birth to Mia and I found out right after that you were pregnant? I dreamt it again like that. That's what happened. that I had just given birth, and Mara was like, I'm pregnant.
No.
Yeah.
That's what happened with Mia. No.
I dreamt it, Myra. I dreamt that I was in the living room and you were like, I think I'm pregnant.
Oh.
Yes. I just had this dream like a couple days ago.
That's so funny. Well, definitely not happening.
Please make it happen.
No, it definitely not happening.
Oh my God. I can't believe I just remembered that. It just clicked. I was like, yeah, I dreamt that you were pregnant.
Yeah, well, speaking of children, I'm trying to get on birth control.
I was going to say, bitch, you say you're not. The fact that you're not on birth control is beyond me.
I have my I control it somehow.
Well, you do.
Wrap it up, girl.
That is so crazy to me.
And I think it is so crazy because when I think about little old me trying, it was amazing. And now I have to wrap it up. I'm like, what? Like, that just sucks. But
you know what? Being pregnant too, you're just like, oh, you have 9 months of what can happen? You can't get pregnant again. You're already pregnant. So it's like,
there's a possibility a little bit. I mean, it's so low though, but
we at the finish line, baby.
Anyways, yeah, we're protecting ourselves. We still are. That's how determined I am, though. When Karina would tell me she was taking Plan Bs, I was like, baby, the fact that you're getting to that point is crazy to me. I was so so determined to not get pregnant that I just find that like crazy.
And it was a big life lesson.
Nah, baby, you should have learned when Raul's cousin got pregnant with Plan B.
I didn't though, because I thought.
And I remember when all that
so rare.
Out,
I just thought it wasn't.
I told you, I'm like, you're getting too comfortable with these Plan Bs. It's okay. It was God's plan,
and I will never do that again. I learned.
She's meant to be here. It's okay.
Yes, I learned, and honestly, like I won't. You know what I want to do, guys? I saw how you could actually I want an IUD because I heard that IUDs are really effective. Yeah. I've heard of people on the pill get pregnant too. I know that they're really effective, but I've heard a few times people getting pregnant on the pill, and I'm just not risking that shit.
I've heard that.
I want the IUD, and I actually heard that you could get it inserted immediately after birth because getting an IUD inserted has to be painful. Myra, it's going through your cervix.
Yes,
that shit gotta hurt. So I'm gonna ask my doctor, and I've Googled it. Google says it's possible. As soon as the baby comes out, they could just slip the IUD in. Really hope they could do that for me. That'd be great because then I wouldn't feel it.
Yeah, I think you could do that, girl. So I've never,
I would love that.
Fun fact, been on birth control ever in my life.
I cannot believe this.
Obviously, like,
and you're talking about me, and
pull out and stuff worked for us, pulling out and stuff, but I've never taken anything. We wrapped it up and stuff too, prior, but I never used pills. I never took anything to prevent me from getting pregnant. Besides wrapping it up and pulling out. Don't recommend pulling out though. I don't recommend it. I'm just saying what worked for me.
I have learned so much along this journey
though, because I've heard people
I don't recommend anything. But straight up birth control from the beginning.
Well, even wrapping it up is like
I actually, Myra, I think it's so wild. How you guys use condoms, like I mean, it's amazing you do. It's just crazy because I've never. It's so different with them. I feel that
when you don't want,
I'm shocked that you haven't chosen another alternative.
You just got to do it. Like for me, I mean,
it's just crazy.
I mean, I still think Noah's a baby. He's a whole toddler, but for me, it's like not even in the.
But do you feel the difference, Myra? Do you feel the difference of a condom and no condom?
Yeah, of course, girl.
Like it's not for me. It's not the same.
It's never the same. Of course.
I cannot tell you the last time I used
birth
one.
Control. I told Brian, I'm like, how amazing would it be, like, not having to worry about that? Wow.
So every interaction is with the condom?
Yes. I'm not risking it.
Oh, that's good. No, that's good.
I don't say it lightly. I don't want to get pregnant right now.
No, that's really good, Myra. I'm just shocked that for me, like, it just feels so different that, like, I can't.
I'm not even kidding. The day I get on birth control, I would be, like, almost, like, paranoid of even just going full.
What kind are you looking into?
So I want to get the copper IUD.
That's the one I want to.
Because I've heard the copper one,
it's not hormonal. I think the copper is a very bad environment for sperm to live in. So that's why
it like burns it or something.
It makes it like hostile, like it can't live around it.
So let me know if any girlies out there have tried the copper one, because that's the only one that I've heard that does not actually like affect your hormones. For me, that's the thing with me.
I want that one.
I'm already a heftier queen. I know birth control
heftier queen is crazy.
Literally makes you gain weight. I mean, from what I've seen, every woman that has got birth control, they always talk about that side effect. They talk about mood swings. They talk about all that. I'm like, baby, I can barely tolerate myself.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
I don't want to deal with that. Like, let's be for real. My PMSing already like got me my hormones all over the place. I'm not trying to gain a couple more pounds. Absolutely not. I'm not trying to.
I get that.
I'm not trying to have mood swings. Like, listen.
I did the depot shot. I remember like after I had Mia, maybe a couple years ago.
You told me you were going through it,
and it was quite literally ruining my life. Like the hormones, Myra, were fucking with me so bad that I only did one round of it. I was like, I can't do this again. It's ruining my life. That's how horrible I feel. Like
boring.
That's how horrible I feel. Like birth control hormones fuck with me. So I do want to do the copper IUD too.
Yeah,
I want to do that one.
Me too. You might probably try it out first. Then have you told your doctor you want that one already? Or?
We haven't discussed that yet, but I am gonna tell him. I really want to tell him soon.
Oh, that's the only thing with me. I'm like, can I inserting part? Because it goes like
maybe
in your cervix,
while I'm in labor, I'll be like,
it goes inside your cervix, huh?
It sits in your uterus.
Woo!
And I was reading how sometimes when you give birth, they could just place it in. I definitely wouldn't feel that. This big old baby coming out
if your uterus is open.
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna tell me that I should do it after. I don't know, but I'm definitely putting something up there.
Listen, I'm trying to get on birth control. Because the condoms are just... Girl, I'm married and using condoms is crazy.
I'm telling you.
I'm like, girl, what are you doing?
I don't think I've used a condom ever in my marriage.
And you know what's so crazy? I'm so used to them that
I don't think I've ever used a condom.
Period. I would, honestly, I'm so used to them. Are you okay?
I'm okay, Myra. This
Girl.
is normal.
Karina's over here like slouching. She's all in labor. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what's going on anymore. My stomach's like tensing up.
I see it. It's crazy. It's like balling. You're getting Braxton Hicks.
Probably. At this point, I don't know what it is.
Clean, honestly. We love labor. But I'm trying to get on birth control. If y'all have any great recommendations, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the pill. I don't care how good it is for you. Imagine. Amazing that it's great. But I just don't. Listen, let me get this straight. I don't want it to mess with my hormones, and that's it. And I think that's why my only option is a copper one.
I think so too.
The end. Podcast is over. Everything walks out.
I can't tell if I'm having a contraction or not. I'm so over this.
Oh my gosh. Listen.
I'm so over it. Like, I'm like, am I having one or not?
Comment down below if you think Karina's going to be here next week.
I think I am. I think I'm going to be here for 42 weeks.
You might. You never know.
39.
No, I don't think you'll make it
next week. Like next week when the next episode goes live, I will be at my due date.
Ooh.
So like, what am I gonna make it to next week? Because I have a feeling I'm gonna pass my due date.
Queen.
I'm having a feeling I'm gonna hit the 40 weeks, Maria.
We'll see.
I'm having a feeling because yes, am I feeling the changes in my body? 100% something's going on, and it just shocks me that I go to the doctor and I'm not open. I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm feeling changes. Nothing's happening. So, I don't know.
You're almost at the finish line.
If I were to guess, I'd be like, any minute now. I'm feeling stuff. But clearly nothing's happening.
Closed. Oh my gosh.
I'm like, and I'm probably super cervix long as fuck. Like, last time I went, I was already having contractions. And I was like, I got to be opening up somehow. Fully closed. I was like.
Was this the day after you were going through it?
Uh-huh. Fully closed.
Oh my gosh.
So I have a feeling I'm gonna pull up tomorrow. In my head, I'm thinking like I have to have had like my cervix has to be doing something.
Wow.
Bet you I'm gonna pull up tomorrow, fully closed.
Well, it is what it is. The baby's not ready.
I'm just sick of the back pain.
Oh, Queen. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see this week.
I think this is a true test if I'm gonna make it past my due date or not. If I'm here next week, I made it to my due date. That's crazy.
Can we bet?
Do you think I'll be here next week? Yes or no? I think I don't. If
Let's
I'm being
bet
honest, Maya,
$100.
if I'm being honest, no, I don't think I'll be here next week. I don't know if but then again, maybe I will make it past my due date. Do you think I'll be here next week? Yes or no?
I want to do a bet. And we'll
I don't even know my own body anymore because I think I'm in tune with my body, and I think that what I've been feeling now for a couple weeks it's been feeling like early labor, and it's not doing nothing. So I don't know what to think anymore.
Let's bet $100.
Let's do it. Wait, we should actually do something where we have to do something if I'm here next week.
Well, yeah.
Should one of us have to like wear something?
Well,
if I'm here next week.
Money.
Oh, she said, well, I just got money. I don't know.
No, I was just thinking like bet $100.
I know, but I think we should make it fun. Like if I'm here next week,
okay.
like one of us has to wear something like embarrassing or something. I don't know.
That's too much, girl.
I don't want to think about this.
I mean, I was just thinking of betting, but
we have to shave her hair. I'm just kidding.
I know. I was like, cut your hair if you don't go into labor.
I'll just take my extensions out.
No, I think I just want to bet $100 if you're not here next week.
We'll see.
Because you're gonna be either in labor or already had her.
Hold on. Do you think I'll be here next week or no?
No.
Okay, I'll bet I will be here next week.
So next week when you are here, I have to give you $100.
Okay, and if I'm not,
you give me $100 after.
Okay.
When you come back on the episode.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see. I think I will be here next week.
Okay.
And I will say 40 weeks. What now? I will be here next week.
Y'all 43 weeks. I'm 86 weeks.
No,
today.
I told you know what? I did not want to be induced.
Furthest a woman can like actually go.
I heard 44.
Shut up.
Very dangerous, but I've heard people that have gone up to 44.
Really?
Extremely rare, and it's super dangerous. I actually was reading on nurses on TikTok say that like anything above 41 weeks, it's so sad because a lot of times like so much more complicated, Myra. Higher rates of fatality and stuff when you're hitting that 42nd week mark could get really dangerous, and I would not want to go there. I want to avoid getting induced 100%. I'm only 39 weeks. Like that's perfect. That's perfect.
The longest record of pregnancy was 53 weeks.
Bullshit.
375 days.
53 weeks is crazy.
No, that's like for real.
Okay, that's just outrageous.
Yeah. As of July 2022, the longest pregnancy ever recorded was 375 days in 1945.
Okay, but see, that's 1945, baby. No doctor would allow that shit these days.
53 weeks.
Nah, that wouldn't be allowed. This way. It's way too risky. Even 42 weeks is risky. 53 weeks is
how many months? 53 weeks.
It's too much. No, that's insane.
I know. I'm not saying you're gonna go that long, girl. That's the whole year, girl. Isn't like 360 days a year?
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. She went a year, girl.
Nah.
Okay.
I think that for the most part, when you're passing 41 weeks, doctors do want to intervene because it could get dangerous. You read a lot about nurses like in the that are in labor and delivery. Yeah. They say that there's so many tragic incidents after 41 weeks, reaching 42 weeks. That's so many moments that they're like, oh my gosh, like so many things could go wrong when you're getting to 42 weeks. So a lot of times, so if I am in a situation, I do want to prevent induction this time around. Because with Mia and this time, Mia was already like a week old.
Oh my God.
I already had Mia, and that's why I think I'm so over it, because I already had Mia by this point. But I want to avoid it. If I'm over 40 weeks, reaching 41, and my doctor brings up abduction.
Girl, not the alien abductions, girl.
I can't think. Induction, then I will consider it.
Okay.
Reaching 41 definitely. Weeks would scare me. Yeah. So I would consider it.
Except for your own health.
But I might be here next week for 40 weeks.
Well, we'll see, Queen. But that wraps up this episode, Queens. We hope you guys enjoyed. As always, make sure you guys rate, subscribe, comment down below.
Thank you guys for watching.
She's all falling asleep on the podcast.
All right, and we'll see you guys soon. I might see y'all next week, baby.
Bye.